city of legendary hospitality, precisely in Boyatown, the issue of no light has been a call for concern. Earlier this morning, a protest broke out by the women, barely 1 week of protest by the men on the issue of no light. Some women of the locality took it upon themselves through a peaceful march protest to the DO's office to lay their complaints about the issue of no electricity. A witness recounts that we have suffered a lot with the issue of no light going to a month now. Some of us doing businesses that really has to do with the use of light, we can't because of no light. This has led to poor income on our part and we barely feed our families. And that is why we, the women, have decided to take this peaceful march protest to the DO's office, so something can be done. Next, workers of Cameroon Development Corporation, CDC, in Tiko, southwest region of Cameroon, are on the streets on Tuesday, 13 October 2020, demanding unpaid salaries of 13 months. Recounts from one of the workers say they need to send their children to school and they can't do so due to no payment. Again, to one of the workers at the Miselele rubber plantations, said, "We have not been paid salary for 13 months. How do they expect us to survive during this period of back to school? We risk our lives every day working in the plantations, yet management is just unnecessarily wicked." Despite this, workers of CDC Industrial Unit are said to have informed the management of the suspension of work from the 25th of October 2020 if their salaries are not given. They, as laborers, deserve their wages. As concerns some workers sent on retirement recently, CDC workers say they are paid less than 5% of their salaries. We watched a video concerning the grievances of the workers in Tiko.
The workers, we are here to express our mind to the general public and the nation as whole. That since August 2018 to date, we have not yet been paid. And CDC general manager went and make a claim over a public media to say that he has paid CDC workers for 3 months for school resumption, which is a fatal lie. So we are here, all our export deposits, credit union, many workers have died because of stress. Landlords and landladies, they have driven all our workers from their house because of house rent. So we are here to express our mind to our public and to tell the government as a whole that the government should take note. The general manager is making a lie. School have resumed and we are unable to send our children to school. That's our objective why we are out today.
See this you're here? Okay, we are not here, country people, we are not here wait away. They were our brother, then were papa them. They dey for outside, they dey work at the march. Now because they are picking them, they know they go school. They not get money for picking their school fees. They say they don't work for more than 1 year since 2018. They need to pay them salary. But they say their big man don't go talk for social media, say he don't pay them for 3 months. But they send picking them for school when a lie. So they want their money. Now why that? So they say they don't know the way they pay their house rent, they need to pay chop. But they work, so they need their money. So may government do something. Many people then they get their money back. See this, oh yeah. See this.
From the video, one of the protesters say, for 3 months now, we haven't been paid by the general manager of CDC, which is a big lie told by the management to the community. One of the workers speaks in anger and that the downfall of CDC today in Tiko and other parts of the southwest region of Cameroon has partly damaged the economy not only in the southwest but the entire country. Next, on back to school resumption, there has been numerous talks on how students are compared by some institutions in Cameroon to pay money before they get admitted. Recounts in Makenene subdivision in the central region of Cameroon, a source reports to us that students who do not have the sum of 3,000 francs are being sent away by the administration of GBHS Makenene. Recounts from a parent in the locality say, "My own son went to school today and was told to give the sum of 3,000 francs before they could grant him admission. And even those who didn't make it in the GCE and came back to repeat have to pay the sum of 3,000 francs. We are told some schools even collect up to 20,000 francs just to admit students before normal school fees." Meanwhile, recently, the Minister of Secondary Education warned that on no occasion should school administrators take money for admissions, since only 50 students are expected to sit in a class. Next, about 81 Cameroonians asylum seekers who were booked for deportation by U.S. government arrived Douala, Cameroon, the economic town, on Wednesday, October 14, 2020. The migrants, most of whom had told the U.S. government they risk being killed or jailed if they enter Cameroon. But according to a CRTV reporter, Jeb Bonde says the government is ready to forgive them if they are willing to repent from their every ways, and that the Cameroon government was ready to receive its prodigal sons and daughters, as more than 100 deported Cameroonians were scheduled to land in Cameroon on Wednesday, October 14, 2020, by 2 p.m. They were received at the airport by some government officials amidst heavy security presence. Health experts who in the numbers were at the airport ready to receive them say they will be quarantined and tested for coronavirus before being allowed to the society. Because of talks on social media condemnation, outcry from human rights organizations, and last-minute intervention from some members of USC, the Congress failed to change the course of the plane. Meanwhile, some government officials say their coming home comes due to great diplomatic collaboration between Yaoundé, the economic capital of Cameroon, and Washington. Next, the UN human rights experts have told Cameroon's government to liberate opposition leader Professor Maurice Kamto and all those who were arrested on September 22, 2020. Professor Maurice Kamto and his family have been under house arrest since September 2020, and many protesters still imprisoned. The UN expert recounts that we are extremely concerned about the massive arrest of peaceful protesters and political activists who express themselves, and torture or any form of inhuman maltreatment. The UN expert recounts that any form of inhuman maltreatment are absolutely punishable by the international human rights law and cannot be justified. The human rights expert calls for an impartial investigation, and all held guilty should be punished accordingly, and also the government should always respect the voice of the people inasmuch as their representatives. Meanwhile, opposition leader Gabriel Libby gives a shocking response to Kamto's house arrest on social media. He tweets that Prof. Kamto cannot be surprised by his current situation because this type of abuse and bullying has existed in the country for a long time, including when he was in the Ministry of Justice. Next, on international news, the plan to privatize Ethiopian Airlines has been suspended. Let's take a break.